Tugenda kulonda and I hope you're ready. I hope you're not on pressure. I hope Pamela engejja agenda tuwamu presidential schedule. I hope you akalulu ko wasazeewo dde omuntu gw'ogenda okawa.
Yeah.
But it can also change.
What do you mean what can change?
On that very day and I say, Pamela olabise bulungi ko posta, let me just give you.
Hey, no, it depends on you. It's really secret. As long as you are a voter,
yes.
As long as you're able to go to a polling station, go in ID that can be used for verification of our voter location slip that they can scan that barcode and then get you into the biometrics.
Yes.
Biometrics, they kukiriza. Because if it doesn't accept you,
then you won't
vote.
Yeah.
And if they send you to a polling station very far away and you feel like transport
is too much,
the transport is done, you may not vote. But other than that, if you're able to be at a polling station between 7 and 4 p.m. voting time, you'll be able to cast your ballot. And if you want, you can choose to vote Munyagwa. If you want, you can vote Mabirizi or Yagala Nedela Mafabi. If you like President Yoweri Museveni, if you like Bobby Wine. So it's just up to you entirely.
Yeah. But I hope the biometrics bikola bulungi nnyo so that abantu ne batabeera disorganized, because imagine if they tell you, Pamela, nti votingira wano mu Kampala and then they tell you to go to Wakiso. That would be very, very sad. Another polling station that is very far from where you stay.
I think it's likely very impossible to send someone from Kampala to Wakiso. These are different districts now.
Nengamba kale netugamba nti Pamela, you're voting in maybe Machindye East. Nebagamba you have to go maybe to somewhere else.
For instance,
to
they send you
station.
From maybe Kabalagala to Gaba.
And then you're like, Gaba wala.
Wala nyo. Ate when to Gaba, which polling station do I go to? So, but the EC is still releasing those voter location slips, so people can go. That voter location slip enables you to know where you're going to cast your vote from. So people go and vote because after this 5 years, election cycle, people should not start complaining if you've not cast a vote. I don't like this one. Please, because you didn't vote, you don't have any right to complain in any way.
Yeah, man.
So presidential schedule, President Yoweri Museveni has moved closer. Yesterday, so he was within Rubaga division and
Entebbe.
Yes, and Entebbe. Now today he's in Nansana municipality and Kawempe division. Robert Chagulanyi is in Amuria, Moroto, and Napak. Those are places that he's going to be in. Yesterday, he was in parts of Kapchora. He failed to actually campaign in Kapchora because of time factor. And we also saw the journalist who was beaten by security officers still there in Kapchora for getting content that should not be, according to them, shared. And then Mugisha Muntu is in Nakasongola and Chiriandongo. Bulida is taking a break. Robert Kasivante is in Entebbe municipality, and then Nathan Mafabi today is in Kampala Central and Rubaga division, and then Mubarak Munyagwa is in Makindye, Sabagabo and Makindye, and then Mabirizi is supposed to be in Nebusiro South. So you can see that they're extending
to
closer.
Kampala.
Now, speaking of that, yesterday we saw, it was Monday Madness, so we need to catch up with some of the things that happened. So yesterday we saw the ED for Uganda Communications Commission, that is Thembo Nyombi, speaking about things to do with internet and also incitement to violence and how the media is expected to cover these forthcoming elections. One of the things he was talking about is incitement to violence. And he was talking about people who have access to digital platforms like traditional media houses and those who are going to use this particular process of election to cover whatever is happening, to be very careful, to avoid using hate, incitement, and all those things that would create panic and give a wrong image to the public. For instance, he was saying the media, giving an example, like the media is saying there's no way you can review live coverage of riots. Once you are covering a riot happening, you are covering it. If a journalist is being beaten, you are covering it. If tear gas is being spread, you are covering it. If a candidate is saying offensive words, so maybe that words that are inciting or causing the public to hate each other and causing division, you are covering it. So he was saying that if you are covering that, then you can't regulate it. So he was saying media houses, just like you have your policy, editorial policy in your houses, that before you take news on air, you must first review it. The same thing has to happen with the coverage of the election. So he's saying that don't just rush and cover, do live coverage and then incite the public while you are doing it. So we have him speak about that first.
Live broadcasting or live streaming of riots, unlawful procession, or violent incidents, as you know, is prohibited. How do you review live streaming as a broadcaster? That's why we prohibit it. Such a coverage risks spreading panic and undermining public order. Some innuendos that where do you get those powers? I want to assure you that there is no regulatory declaration I'll do which is unlawful. You can choose to take me to somebody who is bigger than us. And those are the courts of law. Incitement, hate speech, and violent content, whether broadcast or posted online, are strictly prohibited and will attract immediate enforcement.
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway, live you can't know what is going to happen
exactly.
live. So kuberanga nkwata wano because we are live now. I don't know what you're going to say next Pam. You might say mujje banange mungane and we go to kwekalakasa. So how do I edit that?
How do you edit it out? You've already said it, and the people, because people are influential people, at the end of the day, whatever they speak is what the people that follow them will do. So if somebody says tugende tulumbe,
I'll just put on my shoes and I go and do
kulumba, and you find tear gas there, and at the end of the day it gets really nasty for everybody. Now I was also talking about things to do with internet, because there has been reports. Those are actually a document that was circulating over the weekend that Uganda Communications Commission, it was actually tagged Uganda Communications Commission, and they were saying that internet is going to shut down, and that document was also stating you can look for it. That document was talking about how even mobile money systems and bank accounts will be shut down, and it created a lot of panic and fear. So the Nyembo Thombi was trying to demystify that miscommunication or misinformation. He was saying that this is actually misinformation in the public, and he was clarifying that they have not received, because us as the regulator, UCC, we work with consumers, we work with companies, we work with the government. We have several stakeholders that we work with, and we have not received any directive to turn off the internet on polling day or prior to polling day. He says that the internet is going to be strictly on, and people can use it as they want. And he also dismissed those claims. Bank accounts, mobile money.
There was too much information in this fake thing.
Yes, he's saying that is fake.
It had bank withdrawals. All individuals with funds in banks are advised to withdraw their money early before 8th January.
My God.
If you plan to use it in the election period. Number 2 was mobile money services. All mobile money and Airtel money services will be switched off nationwide starting 8th January. Internet service to ensure the security of the electoral process. Internet services will be suspended a week before the election. Can you we can't live in a country where banks are not working, mobile money is not working. And then where they said all mobile money, and then they said Airtel money. They didn't include MTN and stuff like that. Until when they said it is fake.
So he's saying, well, that is not going to happen. But he was also saying that unless they receive a directive, for instance, from one of the stakeholders, maybe the consumers feel like maybe during that time the internet is being misused, that is when they'll switch off. If the government comes and says, please switch off, there's a lot of incitement and hate speech going around, is when they'll, but otherwise they're not going to switch off. And he was saying that, what he was saying has escaped my mind. Let's first play his vibe.
From what has been going around in the media, that document was not originated by UCC. We always do it. Before you share any information online, first verify. It's not difficult to verify. Please clarify that what has been circulating, that internet is going to be switched off, is definitely not the position of government. Because as regulators, there's no way such would happen or would be in preparation without my knowledge. Nobody has told me to prepare for that. I don't know, because we have these stakeholders whom we always consult. We have consumers. Consumers haven't indicated to me that they want the internet switched off, unless if the media tell me so.
Okay, so kati ekiriwo kiri nti internet omukulu yo wa UCC yagambye nti internet tebagenda kola ki ejja kubaako internet ejja kubeerawo ku lunaku lw'okulonda tebajja gijjako internet for now that's what he knows yes ekyo kyamanyi kati kyagenda okutambulirako but I also want to think about tugamba bye twagala okuwulira because everyone is on pressure banange how are we going to live without internet tunakola tutya tugende ku TikTok and stuff like that kati yeesaawa zino abadde kyekyo kyabadde alina otugamba because era kyekiriwo because nga bwagambye nti ba stakeholders oba ffe ba consumers tetulina kye twamugambye nti tetwagala internet ku lunaku lw'okulonda so let's just wait things change.
Yes.
Next week tujja kutuuka neera Pamela okomewo tugambe.
No, but you see, there is no smoke without fire. This is not coming from nowhere. The previous elections, I think in 2021, you saw the internet. Yes, exactly. So this is not coming just from nowhere. And also him, in his statement yesterday, he was trying to clarify on circumstances under which the internet might be turned off. He was saying, for instance, there was a video that went viral of ballot stuffing happening, and he was alleging that this was happening from another country, and then somebody comes and says, Chilimu Uganda, and so you spread that information, and by the time it reaches, or by the time the government comes out to clarify, yes. So he was saying that there are some certain circumstances that can cause probably that. And he also talked about the B-chart thing, because over a few days we've been seeing the National Unity Platform candidate Robert Chagulanyi telling people that if the internet is shut down, there's an alternative. That's the B-chart that we can use and all that. And he was saying, we know how this works. We know how it works, and we have the best.
Switch it off.
Yes, the best engineers. So we can find a way of making sure that we disorganize that system.
Anyway,
that is being planned.
Tetulina kyamaanyi nnyo kye tuyinza kusalawo ffe nga ba consumers wadde agambye nti tetunamugambako nti we want internet or we don't want internet. Bajja kugendeyo mu office zaabwe batuule bagambe omanyi nga kali ka video k'ogambye pama ko stuffing obululu mu ballot. Bafune ebirajukira katulina mu era ya AI.
Yes,
buli kimu kyonna kisoboka. So let's just wait. Let me tell you, Pamela will be here next week to tell us that internet will be off on voting day.
I said they will communicate.
They will communicate.
If they want to, they are going to turn off the internet. They will not just do it. They will come and officially communicate as the UCC does, official communication. Now, finally, yesterday you also saw the news circulating of the 11 candidates who were disqualified in the mayoral East elections for mayors, Makindye East, and it's on the NRM candidate who remains standing. So one of the aspirants, actually most of the aspirants, one of them is the Lungala Bosco, is for the National Unity Platform. His lawyers, Kenneth Kakande, says he's waiting for instructions from his client to see if they can take the UCC to court to challenge the EC. I said UCC, the EC, to challenge the EC's decision to disqualify 11 of them and only retain one, that is Omar Yassin, who is the NRM candidate. And one of the reasons they're giving is it's impossible for the EC to have found faults in all 11 of them, and only one had the eligible signatures, because according to Justice Simon Bewakama, he quoted section 123.9 of their regulation, saying that they failed to present eligible voters and their signatures to the Electoral Commission from all the divisions or wherever the localities they were supposed to collect them from. So their signatures were not accurate, and that's the reason why most of them were disqualified.
Lwaki instead of coming out no government banange ba 11 members bonna ababadde besimbyewo ku kya meya abe Makindye bonna tubajjeeko, lwaki temubikola before? Because kati tugenda mu kalulu kati are they going to reprint?
No. Ate now they reprint them.
Ato baba bajjeeko
kati and those votes will just be invalid. But again, votes are invalid. Kubanga, this man now by default he's the mayor because of all the rest who have been disqualified. Now we wait to see, because one of the candidates besides this one who is waiting for his client to give instructions, the NUP guy, Charles Tuluba, he's also the Speaker Makindye division. One of the candidates in this race says he's going to court today to also petition the EC over the disqualification of 11, and he's also giving the same grounds. It is impossible for all of us to have failed to present eligible signatures. So anyway, our tax money has gone just like that. Right? Because the money sent us on for printing all those ballots and
then
they are just
unopposed
trashed like that. And the EC said, actually last week, Biabakama was clear. He said, we are going to continue doing the disqualifications, handling petitions until even after the election period. Okay. So even up to D-Day of the polling, they will still be doing their work of disqualifying. So just know how messy those ballot papers will be.
I know. Just imagine.
Just to spoil the votes.
I know.
You just be like, even if it's...
Hello guys.
The Mid-Morning to Corner with Flora Shaw, 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zina.